Hey y'all, this is Jocasta Lester. Understand that anytime there is a memory pause, anytime you lose your memory, that is a satanic holdup in your life. That means that what you're going to say or those things that follow are off timing. They're not in the timing that they would have been on or in had they been done at the time that you were doing it. Okay. So just know they threw you behind schedule some. God can make the timing perfect, but just know that their timing is not good for you. So anyway, in this video, I want to talk to you about how names are telling about what people are and what their nature is. There are animals that God has given us in life. If you look at them and the ways in which they behave, they kind of show things. They demonstrate. They have examples. Sometimes there are things that try to how can I put this? Sometimes there are people in your lives. They meddle to your detriment. You used to do some things better without them. You find that these people, when they find their way into your lives, they're the worst things that ever happened to you. You don't want them near you, and you don't want them trying to help you. When they come trying to aid you, the things that you were going to do were going to be far better had they never been apart. Okay? Know this. So, and I don't mean to be cruel, but sometimes there are things that you have to do, and it's just your thing to do, and it's not their thing to do. And when they try to assist you, they nearly destroy it. Thank God that He delivers you from all of their destruction. But they would contribute to your destruction. And I'm telling you, there are people, they come as distractions. There was a phone call while I was just talking to you, just to let you know. So, and in the past, in times prior, the phone would just stop recording and then I'd have to go ahead and answer the phone. But no, I'm not answering the phone. So in this video, I want to talk to you. And that's another thing that throws you off time too. Phone calls. Basically, make sure that if it is not inevitable, and I've noticed that there are those now inevitable distractions. If those distractions can be avoided by you, avoid the distractions and continue on to those things that you were doing without being distracted. You got it? Sometimes there are just disruptions that try to be internal. So that if you're using your phone and a phone call comes in and you have no recourse but to just stop the phone call, then it's difficult to deal with something that just jumps in your way. But if you can avoid dealing with the jumping in your way tendency, still proceed with those things that you were doing before they came as a distraction. That entire conversation probably wouldn't have happened had I not been distracted. So anyway, there are two particular members of the bug kingdom, the animal kingdom, the insects, that I want to discuss with you. The bees and the ants, okay? Ants, people's names, they begin with Anthony, Antonio. There's some people who have ant embedded in their names. I believe that that particular sound likens them in some ways to ants as bugs. And not in a bad way. Like they store up things for the winter. They have their fables, the ant and the grasshopper and such. But what they tend to do is to save. And idolatrous people have similar tendencies in which they store up and they do things for a monarch, an idol, a queen of sorts. So, and what they tend to do is to worship a queen of heaven. That's the way that these types organize themselves under their idols as people. Also, bees. Bees do a similar thing. Now, they all tend to have this way of grooming their monarch. And when you're not of their brood, their grooming works so harshly and heavily to your detriment that you nearly may find yourself outside because it's almost as though they function in a binary way. It's either like them or not like them. And if you're not like them, then it's evil and they want to oust it. Okay? So those are the tendencies of ants and bees. And yes, they have high-level ant drones and they have lower-level worker bees, the females. And I'm telling you, in their colonies, when they swarm you, when that hive swarms you, there are intellectual types that still fall within the colony. And once they galvanize or rather unite people under a common belief, they try to enforce it as a swarm of people. You got it? So repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And basically, the people with this tendency have the letter B in their name. It's pretty much like that. And if they don't have the letter B, well, then they're of a different type, but they act like it because many of them have been swarmed. So have a blessed and marvelous day. Thank you for watching my video. But yeah, bees, they're benign. Okay. Those creatures, like the bugs themselves, they buzz around, they produce honey. But to protect their hive, of course, they have stingers and things. So when it comes to them trying to groom you as a non-bee, it's problematic. Okay. So have a blessed and marvelous day and take care.